Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, July 19th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, Google updated their numbers around search changes just I think a couple months ago. I just didn't notice till now. Google now says on their how-to docs, on the How Search Works docs, they've done over 3,200 changes with over almost 700,000 experiments in, I think, 2017. So the numbers were updated in 2018, 2017, that time frame. And the total number of things were around this. In 2018, we ran over 654,680 experiments with trained blah, blah, blah. And they went through 595,429 quality tests, 44,155 side-by-side experiments, and 15,096 live traffic experiments, with that resulting in 34 launches. Pretty big, a lot of changes going on. With that, we also noticed lots of Google algorithm changes this week. It's really, really heating up. So last weekend, which we reported on, I think on Monday or so, we're having that issue, Monday or so, July 11th and 12th, there may have been some big update. Google has not confirmed any of this, and I asked them numerous times. So we saw some major ranking fluctuations and chatter around July 11th and 12th, and you can see the charts on Moz, Cast, Certain Metrics, Alguru on that date all go pretty high. Rank Ranger, Cognitive SEO, SEMrush also light up. They all are lighting up. And then it started heating up again just, I think it was like Wednesday. Wednesday, we started seeing massive fluctuations as well. And maybe it was a tremor to the July 11th. So I used a GIF of a tremor or some guy tremor. I don't know. I Googled Jiffies. You can see all this chatter in the SEO community, not just in the forums, which I quoted before, but also on social media. And again, the tools are lighting up. Again, lights up again. Spiking up again. These tools are spiking up. Now, as of last night or yesterday, it's even more massive, much bigger, much bigger much more bigger signs of a Google update. Google, again, has not confirmed. I emailed them, I tweeted at them, I asked them. Nothing's coming back from Google around this update. But this is even more massive, a lot more chatter, which I quoted. The tools are going crazy. Even Mozcast showing 96 degrees. Certain metrics, that line was like, that bar was like over here, and then it just massively jumped. Alguru, massive jump. Advanced web rankings, I think it had an all-time high of 10. It never goes to 10. AccuRanker, look at Rank Ranger. Look at its spike. Again, the charts are off the level. Cognitive SEO, flying off the level. SEMrush, it hasn't been that high in I can't tell you how long. Again, Google's not confirming anything. Maybe there's a bug. Maybe there's something with the search results, but something is going on. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it with Google. I'll keep pushing them, and hopefully I'll get more information. But if you were hit, if you did see changes, you are definitely not alone. There's lots and lots of people out there that are noticing lots of ranking fluctuations. Google My Business, Local Maps, etc. They said they fixed, or they're going to fix, and they said they fixed the Google My Business listings suspensions. Greg Sterling got a quote that all listings that were not visible have been restored. Not everybody agrees, and as I covered over here, local SEOs are saying it's still not fixed. A lot of people are saying, what's going on, Google? Why can't you fix it? It's still not fixed. You're telling us it's fixed, but it's not fixed, and what's going on? Lots of people saying it's still not fixed. I'm not sure if they fixed something, but not everything, or if whatever they fixed broke again, but it definitely was not fixed, according to some people in the local SEO community. But what I saw last night was that Google has dropped their reinstatement form for Google My Business. So if you do get suspended, which is happening, people are getting suspended left and right now. If you did get suspended, you would go to this form called the Google My Business Local Reinstatement Request. If you try to go to that form, at least as of last night when I was writing this on the plane, it is no longer there. Let me try it right now live. But if you go there, as of last night, it was no longer there. Google My Business obviously having major backlogs. It's still not there. Oh, wait, actually, it's back. Okay. Anyway, I should update the story, but it was gone for a good 24 hours or so. I'll make sure to update the story. It's back. But it wasn't there as of yesterday. Maybe Google My Business was having issues. So I'll go ahead and update that story. But again, major issues on Google My Business, and it's kind of pathetic, actually, to be honest. Google has supposedly fixed the recipe rich results or rich cards or rich results recipe markup issue where it wouldn't show rich results. Back in April, we reported about it, back all the way in April. And then I asked people who follow that industry very, very closely, and I asked Jeff Hawkley, #Jeff, and he said, yeah, we were seeing issues just a couple weeks ago, but on June 28th, they saw massive improvements. There's still things to improve, but it has been improved and fixed. So that bug seems to be mostly resolved as of now. This morning I wrote a story, and again, maybe I'm being unfair to Google or somebody or whatever it might be, that Google News is being indexed, Google Stories in Google News is being indexed and ranked in Google Search. Now, Google removed just this week, last week I covered it, Bing Discover results from their search results because Google does not, according to their guidelines, Google, again, this is not confirmed by Google, but according to their guidelines, Google does not want to index search results. They don't want search results in their search results, but at the same time, they're including Google News search results. Now, this looks like a story. So you click on any of these, it looks like a story, but it's not. It's taking you to a search results landing page with more information, more stories. It's kind of like a landing page of search results. Google is not blocking these story URLs in Google News. This is like news.google.com/stories. It's not being blocked in their robots.txt file. I'm not sure why, because again, Google's guidelines say specifically use the robot.txt file for your web server to manage your crawling budget by preventing crawling of infinite spaces such as search result pages. And Google's Matt Cutts said in 2005, I believe, Google does not want search results in their search results and their guidelines do not allow for it. So you as an SEO or webmaster or owner of the site should be blocking it. And in this case, Google's not. Maybe I'm being too judgmental on Google. I don't know. John Mueller from Google said that Google cannot really judge if a author name is real. He basically said this on Twitter. Again, maybe I'm taking him out of context, but he said, the question was, does pseudonyms authors with bio pages link their sites and more elements that support their activity enough, blah, blah, blah. And it says, totally up to you. I doubt Google's algorithms would judge the realness of author names that you use. Users might, again, dropping that user point. Very interesting. Again, very, very, very interesting about users. A former Google engineer said that Google hasn't used PageRank since 2006. So the SEO community started getting wind of this. This was in a Hacker News thread. Then he clarified, no, we haven't used the original PageRank algorithm, which we all know. Google has said that numerous times. They have updated it numerous times, the PageRank algorithm, but the original PageRank algorithm hasn't been used. Even Gary from Google said 18 years and we're still using PageRank. He said this like last year or 2 years ago. So Google still is using PageRank. It's just they're using a different version of it, even though this ex-former Googler said they don't use PageRank anymore. They are. They're just using a different form of it. Google said just because you don't have Google Discover section in Google Search Console, it doesn't mean that your site's not doing well. Obviously, Google has said also that Google Discover content is obviously news related, but also only certain quality level sites get into Google Discover. But John Mueller said it's not a quality judgment. It's basically just that we don't have enough data for your site in the Google Discover feed. So if you don't have this Google Discover button in Google Search, it's just you're not showing up in Google Discover because maybe your content's not relevant to Google Discover. Who knows? It's not necessarily a judgment of your quality of your site. This is interesting. Ari Roth from 5 Blocks went ahead and found a way to kind of steal somebody else's knowledge panel. It was very interesting because it just happened to work out. It's one of those things like if you call a credit card company, try to steal somebody's identity and stuff, you have to do it on the phone and kind of have to trick somebody into it. This is similar because Ari Roth had a knowledge panel. There's Ari Roth who is an SEO, this guy, and there's an Ari Roth who's like some type of, I don't know, artist, a theatrical person. And he has a knowledge panel, this artist, this theater person. And what he did was basically, he noticed that the Ari Roth theater knowledge panel used the Ari Roth Twitter thumbnail, Twitter profile of the SEO. Google just mixed them up. And what he was able to do was then claim or ask Google to claim that theatrical Ari Roth knowledge panel as his, the SEO. And Google looked it over 3 days, got back to them and said, yeah, we'll go ahead and give you access to that knowledge panel, even though it really wasn't his. So it was very interesting to see Google do that. It's basically one of these little hacks that you could do sometimes if Google slips up. Google may go ahead and ask searchers to submit knowledge panel data. This is very interesting. This is coming up now and then. I think it started happening recently. So for example, avocado toast says help others by suggesting these missing facts. And their missing fact is energy amount. So Google's actually asking searchers to submit more information that might help them fill in the knowledge panel of data. Very, very interesting. Google is showing product image labels, not just an image search, but also in the image carousel in the web search results. So here's a screenshot of it if it would load. I'm not sure why all of a sudden, it must have been an iOS update, so I apologize. But basically, we saw this with core image search, but now in the actual web search result, in the image carousel, it will like label products. Then you can have this by getting product schema on your website around your images. So Google launched that a couple of years ago. Google Shopping is now displaying like new boxes, which says shops and details. So it's basically a Google Shopping box on the right-hand side that have this, here's the UI, shows shops and details, which is pretty interesting. Google's testing, I believe Google's testing this feature where if you mouse over or hover over your mouse over a snippet, there's like 3 dots on that snippet. I wasn't able to replicate this myself, but Google confirmed it is this test. So you would basically see these 3 dots, and if you hover over it, you would get a share button, a cache button, and also a open a new window button. So Google's testing sharing URLs, something they did back in 2012. So it's very, very interesting to see Google testing that. Google is also testing in the local result the ability to have the call to action to stick. What I mean call to action is like book a restaurant reservation, online ordering, that type of stuff. So if you see here, over here, you can see this thing here is actually stuck to the bottom. Even if you scroll, this tables tomorrow, reserve a table is stuck to the bottom of the page. Something Google's testing. Google AdSense is killing off their iOS and their Android apps. So if you are using those to track your AdSense earnings and reporting, Google's going to be killing them off, I think, later at the end of 2019, so later this year. So those apps are going away. Sad to see those going away. I personally never used it, but some people have. Rand Fishkin got a huge mention in the congressional hearing this week. I think it was Wednesday, where they used his SparkToro report with, where he actually was able to go ahead and kind of fill in the data around why the Department of Justice should go ahead and be concerned about Google's anti-competitive things. And he actually got multiple mentions in Congress. And you can actually listen to those mentions over here, which is pretty cool for an SEO vet to be cited there. Of course, his research was amazing on that. Google's John Mueller said that 2/3 of what he says, stuff that I cover over here, 2/3 of what he says is often taken out of context, which is pretty funny. He said this in a podcast interview. Very interesting thing. And finally, we did our second vlog. Maybe third. And Mike King was on that vlog. Mike King has been around the industry. He's a really, really, really great speaker. He can rap on stage. Take a look at this video. It's pretty fun. And I think next week we're going to be having a video vlog with Rand Fishkin. Hopefully that'll be ready to go Monday 8:45 or so. And definitely take a look at that. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Boz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable, roundtable.com over the past week. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.